Hey, good morning, Grant Career Center. This is Mr. Dorsey, and I am bringing you another Faces of Grant, and this is Noah Weis. He is a senior engineering design student here at Grant Career Center. Hey, Noah, how are you doing?
Great. Great to be here.
Good. Congratulations on being nominated.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, we're going to start back at the very beginning a little bit. So let's talk a little bit about the first time that you heard about Grant Career Center.
Okay, well, my parents work here, so I obviously have heard about Grant since from a very young age. I would always come here with my mom while she graded papers, so I've known about Grant for a while.
You probably know more about Grant than I do. You probably know all the fun spots, huh?
Yeah.
But that being said, there is a difference between your mom working here and her making you come here, because that's not the case at all. Why don't we talk about how you made the decision that you wanted to come to Grant Career Center?
Well, I first, because I take CCP classes, it was a hard decision to come here because I thought I would miss out on opportunities for CCP credit. But I decided to take a chance, and I talked to the teacher of the engineering design class, and it turns out I would get more CCP credit by going to Grant rather than going to my home school. So that was a big factor. And then after talking to him, he explained what we would do throughout the year, and I found it was exactly what I wanted to learn. Like with the lasers and the robots, I found all that very interesting. So
that is a misconception about not being able to come to Grant because you wouldn't get CCP. So you've had no issues with being a CCP student.
None at all. It's actually been way easier working with Grant than at Bethel when I took CCP classes.
Wow, that's awesome. So what's a typical schedule for you coming to Grant and going to UC Claremont, and how does that work?
Well, pre-COVID, I would come to lab in the morning because junior lab's in the morning. So I'd go straight from lab, and then I'd take all my academics at UC Claremont, which it's like a 20-minute drive. It's not bad. And then after those classes, I would come home, go to sports, do whatever. It wasn't bad.
Awesome. Okay, now joins me Mr. Tobin Huebner. He is our engineering design instructor at Grant Career Center, and he's here to talk to me a little bit about our Faces of Grant student for this month, and that is Noah Weis. So, Mr. Huebner, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Hey, it's pretty awesome when your programs get selected and you get a student that gets selected for Faces of Grant. But this kid, he is just an extraordinary young man, and he kind of does a little bit of everything, and it's all different, and it's pretty cool. So why don't you talk to me a little bit about Noah and your program?
Well, Noah's very busy. He, as you mentioned, he's got lots of interest, and he's got a lot of talent. So most things that he's interested in consume him because he's actually good at them or wants to become good at them and will work hard enough to accomplish his goals. Here in the engineering program, we do design work on a computer-aided design system. We do some rapid prototyping using lasers and other processes. We do some machining of some CNC computer numeric controlled parts, and we also do some robotics programming. So it's kind of the intro to being either a manufacturing engineer or a design engineer. These students are earning some college credit toward their degree. Our college credit happens to be awarded through the University of Cincinnati, the Claremont branch, in their manufacturing engineering technology program.
Mr. Huebner, tell me just a little bit, the last couple of years, your program has kind of transformed from our own Ramtech program to now it's kind of merged into this UC conglomerate where now students can actually leave with their associate's degree. And so just talk to me just a little bit about that and what our current program is now, because
Sure.
I think that's a little confusing to some people.
Yeah, because it's not what you would consider in your traditional high school. So we actually have some college classes that are a conglomerate. They are both matriculated students, those who have graduated from a high school and are enrolled at University of Cincinnati's Claremont program in their manufacturing engineering technology. And some of our high school students are taking courses at the same time, in the same classroom, in the same lab, doing the same assignments, and earning the same college credit. So it's a rigorous program. It takes some dedication and some time, but it's also a lot of fun because they are not only having the opportunity to be exposed to this technology and the operation of this technology through modern means, but also they're learning from these, we'll call them adults. Some of them could be, maybe only a couple years older than them, all the way up into, we have 30 and 40-year-olds who are taking the program as well. So they have a lot of life experience, and this mix is really, it's been good for both groups.
Yeah, well, and let's talk a little bit about Noah, because he is not our traditional student that we see here at Grand Career Center at all. He doesn't really fit the mold as far as what he's doing, but he's getting some college credit, not only through your program, but also taking his academics at UC Claremont. So
yes, he's in our program here, earning college credit. He is taking college credit plus academics through UC Claremont, and he's also working part-time at a local fabrication company in their engineering department, actually generating computer drawings and preparing things that are being built out on their manufacturing shop floor.
Yeah, that's it's pretty awesome. And it's just awesome that we can provide that experience for our students, because that just doesn't happen everywhere. Mr. Hubner, if a kid's interested in your program, what's the best way for them to, take a tour, get in contact with you?
Couple great ways. First way is super easy. If you go to our website and you go down to our program title, you click on it, there's a virtual tour there, which shows you a little bit about what we do. If you want to know more, there's contact information. Feel free to call me, and at the appropriate time, we'll be happy to not only talk on the phone, but you can come out to the lab in person, and we'll discuss your particular educational needs.
Yeah, that's awesome, because I think that's a good point to be made, is that even Noah said that in this interview that, he wasn't sure, and then he had talked to you and was like, man, I'm so glad I took the time to talk to Mr. Hubner. So, if you're a high school student out there that is interested in this program, make sure you take the time to talk to Mr. Hubner, because he might be able to get you the extra push you need to make the right decision and save you a bunch of money.
Yes, yeah. Earning college credit while you're not paying for it is always a good thing.
Hey, Mr. Hubner, thanks for joining us this morning. I appreciate you talking about Noah Weis with me this morning in your program. And Noah, I think that I'm trying to think back. The first time I met you, you had brown hair. So what's going on there with all that bleached out hair, buddy?
Oh, I'm not proud of it. Well, the soccer team, we won our first tournament game, and we were super psyched about that. So we came up with a wonderful idea to bleach our hair, and
that's awesome.
How that turned out.
Yeah. It doesn't look that bad, but that leads us right into student life, and that being here at Grant, you still can participate in whatever extracurriculars you're involved in. So what sports do you play, Noah?
I am a basketball player and soccer player.
And have you had any issues with still participating in sports?
No, I thought I would be a little bit left out of the loop because I go to a different school and I have to drive to practices and stuff, but that's actually not the case, especially since Grant ends earlier than normal school. I found myself not being any different than when I went to Bethel.
Awesome. All right. Hey, Noah, since you've been here, this is your second year. Do you have any regrets about coming to Grant Career Center?
Well, regrets. Yeah, I guess one of mine would be not telling my friends to come here, because at first I was skeptical about coming here because I wasn't really sure how it would turn out. And one of my friends who really wants to be an engineer missed out on a lot of things, and I feel bad for him that he didn't get to experience what I experienced.
Hey, Noah, what opportunities have you had here at Grand Career Center that you probably wouldn't have had at your home school? Are you on early placement or anything like that?
Yes, I am in early placement. I work at Tri-State Fabricators as an engineering intern sort of thing. Coming to Grant has gotten me that opportunity to be an intern and learn everything about the industry which I want to work in the future. If I would have stayed at Bethel, I definitely would not have been able to do this.
Yeah, it's a pretty awesome opportunity. I've heard that you started on like the floor and you're already up in the engineering department or something like that. Can you talk about your journey there at your early placement?
Yeah, so the first part of early placement involved a lot of like on the floor, learning about all the different machines, because in order to actually draw and make parts, you have to know what the machines are capable of. So the first couple months I was on the floor working with all the other people. It was pretty cool. It was different. And then just recently I've been up into the engineering part of things, and it's been really cool. I have my own little cubicle, my own computer. I love it there.
That's pretty awesome. So what's next for you? I mean, your senior year, I mean, we're only in getting ready to get into November here shortly. And I mean, you got a lot of time left, but what's your plans?
Well, hopefully I get into some college. Don't know where yet. I'm applying to quite a few, but get my degree in mechanical engineering and find a job. I want to work with like solar panels or any type of renewable energy. I have a passion for that stuff. So that's my hope so far.
Noah, you know, it wasn't that long ago that you were a junior or a sophomore trying to figure out your career path. And what advice would you give a sophomore, maybe a sophomore honor student that's just not sure if Grant has all the opportunities that they would have at their home school? What advice would you give them?
I would recommend them talking to their program teacher, because I know talking to Mr. Huebner for me really opened my eyes to what Grant really has to offer, because you can't really see what they offer just through like the brochures and stuff. You got to really talk to the teachers. And you also got to keep in mind that Grant's a choice school. So if you choose to go there, they work with you much better than your school you're forced to go to. At least I found that through Bethel.
Wow, that is some good insight there. Yeah, school of choice. So, you know, if you choose to come here, we need to choose to want to teach it. So, hey, Noah, I just want to take a second to introduce you to our Grant Career Center community as this month's Faces of Grant. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, well, thanks for taking a few minutes out of your busy schedule, but we'll check in with you maybe in the spring and see where you're heading.
All right.
Hi,
Awesome.
I'm Amber Averwater, and I'm a junior in the Large Animal Science program here at Grant Career Center. We have a brand new website that has virtual tours. Check us out at grantcareer.com.